The caravan cutting through the Tikaboo Valley on a stormy afternoon seemed vaguely spooky as cars slowly pulled off at a local landmark. Spooky fits, too, since the passengers are mostly former spooks, denizens of the black world of classified programs.
Oh, it's cool.
They laugh and pose for snapshots at what was once the black mailbox. Ever since 1989, when Bob Lazar told his tales of seeing flying saucers from this vantage point, the mailbox has been sort of a shrine for UFO pilgrims. And on this day, that means the Roadrunners.
We've been wanting to do this a long time, and they just wouldn't let us do it. It was kind of not the thing to do, but the times have changed.
Further on up Highway 93, in the warm confines of the Little Ailey Inn, Roadrunner T.D. Barnes tells the crowd that his members are happy to answer questions, tell stories, even sign autographs. On this day, they're celebrities, able to speak somewhat freely about their years at a base whose very existence the government would not confirm.
30 years the base was unknown. No one knew we were out there.
Former CIA radar specialist Barnes was one of the first of the Roadrunners allowed to speak publicly about what went on at Area 51. Barnes and other Roadrunners gave their first on-camera statements to the I-Team more than 5 years ago. And since then, the CIA has authorized further releases about the classified programs and spy planes tested and flown at the off-limits Nevada facility. Roadrunners spilled some beans in public presentations last week and have been displaying former secrets at each of their semi-annual reunions. The CIA's seal of approval for Roadrunner disclosures is evident at the Ailey Inn. The agency's official historian is present, and the pool table has been converted into a CIA gift shop, selling all sorts of spy agency memorabilia. Though the declassified programs haven't been operational for decades, some details will remain classified for who knows how long. The Roadrunners can talk about it, but only within limits.
They know that we're not exploiting the program or telling anything that we shouldn't.
The irony of holding a Roadrunner gathering at a bar named for ETs is not lost on the Groom Lake alumni. The stories told by Bob Lazar 2 decades ago created a space alien merchandise boomlet in Rachel, spurred the creation of the ET Highway, and attracted tens of thousands of the curious to the desert.
It's really an awesome thing to go back through all these years and see how this snowball that God started has never ended.
If you ask the Roadrunners about flying saucers at Area 51, they'll laugh and dismiss it. The CIA historian says the agency encouraged such beliefs as a way to confuse adversaries, that a lot of UFO sightings were really SR-71s or U-2s, even though neither of those planes look anything like a flying saucer, which makes you wonder about some objects photographed over the base.
When they saw us and blamed it on the aliens, we loved it. It made a good cover story for us. It wasn't us, it was them.
But if not for the ET stories and all the attention they focused on the once unknown facility, chances are T.D. Barnes and the Roadrunners would never have been allowed to step forward and talk within limits about the vital work they did. Although this will be the final reunion of the Roadrunners, the huge cache of material they've acquired online will not fade away. A younger group of associate members will carry the torch.
When I first came out here to Rachel and started researching about Area 51, I would have never dreamed of doing an event like this, where we can tell people, hey, these are guys that have worked at Area 51, and this is their story, this is what they did.
Rule of thumb, when the CIA tells you something about secret programs, take it with a grain of salt. T.D. Barnes says he couldn't tell the truth to his own wife about what he did all those years at Groom Lake. So when the CIA says they weren't flying saucers, they were spy planes, I am reminded of the advice on this CIA coffee mug we bought. When confronted, admit nothing, deny everything, accuse someone else.